Welcome to traintoaim.com. This little video is going to help you work through the package that you have to complete for the Maryland State Police in order to get into the security profession. You can use this form to get a handgun permit and or a security certification if you don't already have one. This is also the same form you're going to use to renew when your cards expire, gun permit and or security certification. So follow these simple steps and you'll find no problem whatsoever in filling out the paperwork that you're going to need. You start off by Googling Maryland State Police. When you click on Maryland State Police, it's going to take you to their homepage, and there's where you're going to find a whole bunch of information. You're going to click on Licensing Division, which you see on the screen, Licensing Division, and you're going to go to the top menu bar and you're going to click on Downloads. This is going to bring up hundreds of forms. You're looking for the one that says Licensing Division Documents. Scroll down till you see the form that's called Licensing and Permit Application. The left column is the name, the middle column is a brief description, and the right column is Download. Click on Download, and up is going to pop an 11-page document that's going to require you to type in all your answers so you can send this in when we go to after we go to the range. And here's page 1. You don't need pages 1 through 4, so don't waste the ink in your printer. It's good information, but you don't need to print it out. All the magic occurs on the top of page 5. Now, mind you, there still are some issues with their state police website, so just be careful and make sure you review everything. You start off by putting an X in the box marked Original. That's in Adobe. You need that to download. You're going to put an X in the box marked Handgun Permit if you already have a security certification. If you don't have the security certification and you want to become a professional-oriented private security officer, you're going to have to get your guard certification. So put an X in security guard certification. And then finally put an X in the box marked Individual. And what this does is it secretly uploads the rest of the package for those things that you're asking for, those certifications. Type in all your information and then scroll down to the next page. You're looking to see if there's a page 6, question 23. And what that is, it asks, why do you want a handgun permit? You're going to type in, if it lets you, for employment purposes. If it doesn't let you type it in, carefully and neatly with a black ink pen, write in the phrase for employment purposes. Okay, scroll down to page 7, and this is about your current employment, the last 5 years. You don't have to put down every job, every part-time job, but just a backbone of what you've been doing for the last 5 years. If you're unemployed at the time, you can write unemployed. Okay, you're going to scroll down to page 8, and this is where you're going to put information. I'll provide you a page 8 that's already filled out about my company that's going to sponsor you. It's called American Security Company, and we can sponsor you to get into the security contract position. You're going to go down to page 9. I prepare page 8 and 9 that I'm going to give you when we're at the gun range. I'm going to put an X in the box marked I wish you to be armed, and I have included it with the package. This is for those people who want to get a handgun permit and or the security certification. All right, you're going to scroll down to the next page, and this is your references. You need at least 3 references you've known for 2 years that aren't biologically related to you. Type in everything that it asks. Don't just put a name or a phone number, or the state police will kick the form out. If a red bar pops up on their email address, disregard. It's a valid email address, but the website isn't recognizing it. Just print it out anyway. You're going to scroll down to page 10 or 11, and you've got to make sure you type information about yourself on the top of the page. And then after we meet at the range, I'm going to have you sign both places on page 11. That's the most overlooked, where it's double signature required. Now, if you noticed on the top of every page on the upper right-hand corner, it says live scan receipt number. Actually, it's going to be a tracking number, and you're going to get that last after we meet at the gun range. You're going to get 4 2x2 photos if you're applying for 2 certifications, just 2 if you're just applying for the handgun permit. The last thing you're going to do after we meet is go get live scan fingerprinted. They're going to give you a receipt. On the receipt, there's a thing called a tracking number. You're going to take the tracking number, and you can physically write it with an ink pen in the upper right-hand corner on every page you're mailing in. But once again, you do that after we meet at the range, because within 72 hours of your live scan fingerprint, this package or packages have to be in the mail on its way up to the licensing division, which is the address is on the top of page 5 up in Pikesville, Maryland. You're going to send in a $75 money order or check made out to Maryland State Police for the handgun permit, and a $15 check or money order for your security certification if you aren't currently registered with the state police to work in security. Now be careful, because everything has an expiration date, and the state police aren't going to remind you that it's time to renew. You have 90 days before the expiration date on the handgun permit or security certification to put in a renewal. You use the same form for the renewal. But now mind you, there's a fine up to $150 if your security guard certification card expires. So stay on top of your game. Just like your driver's license expires, these certifications expire. And you can't carry a handgun unless you have a current Maryland State Police handgun permit for your job. So stay on top of your game. Make sure you know when your expirations date are, and you're good to go. Your gun permit and or your security certification card are going to come to me because I sponsored you. It's going to come with a special receipt. By law, I have to give you the document immediately, and within 10 days you have to sign the receipt, and we have to get it back up to the state police. So please take this serious. Make sure your phone numbers stay good and your email or your voicemail boxes aren't full, because I can't get a hold of you that way. Because the state police will revoke your gun permit or your security certification if they don't get that receipt back in a timely fashion. So hopefully this video has been helpful. Hopefully you can just follow the steps that we've put onto the Trained Aim website, and we'll see you at the gun range. Call, we'll get you on the schedule. I give you a courtesy call the day before, and I know you'll do fine. Other than that, push.